Project Planning. I'm Marcus Olds. Hello, everybody. I'm not sure how to say his name, but Helmuth von I actually had to look up who said this. Helmuth von Moltke. He was the Prussian general who is famous for having quoted, "A plan never survives contact with the enemy." This quote's often actually used incorrectly. I hear a lot of people say it when you're like, "Hey, let's make a plan." And they're like, "A plan never survives contact with the enemy." That's not the right way to use it. In his thesis is where his quote comes from. He actually talks about how it's so important to make a plan, but not just a plan that goes from point A to point B and point B is victory, but point A and then every possible route that it would take to get to point B, which is victory. And so that's really what he means, is that you need to come up with multiple plans and multiple avenues to approach what you're trying to do, whether or not it's a sale, whether or not it's a victory in war. And so that's really what he means. So really, what I take from that is when I'm making a plan, when I'm devising a plan, I need to come up with wiggle room and kind of plan that into it, where I'm able to deviate away from it a little bit, which accounts for maybe somebody calling in sick, somebody not completing their work on time, with also the potential of having somebody complete something early, right? And so that there's always and so in business, I like to call this under promising and over delivering. And a lot of companies, you'll see it in ads everywhere. They over promise and they under deliver. They say guaranteed 3-day shipping, possibly might take longer in the fine print. And that's really that's an over promise and an under delivery. And people lose customers because of that. And personally in sales, I've won plenty of customers because the company that they were already working with over promise and under delivers pretty consistently. And that happens when you operate under that mindset. And so when you under promise and over deliver, you end up with a much more approachable and a much more realistic plan, where you're saying, I can get this to you in 7 days. Day one, I'm gonna send you an email recapping this phone call and everything that we've done and planned for. Day two, we're gonna have step 1 done. Day 4, we'll have step 3 done, or and you so on and so forth. And in that plan, in that roadmap, you communicate clearly with the customer that there is leeway here, and that you might, if everything goes perfectly, you'll have it done on day 4, with the latest date possible being day 7. And then if you're able to deliver on day 4, sweet, you delivered it 3 days earlier than the latest potential date of delivery. And that's really where I think planning comes in. And any failure to deliver on time comes down to a leadership failure, because your plan needs to account for all of those things.